Today on Cooking with OTK, we're making crab stuffed mushrooms.
You can't beat a little stuffed mushroom. Cheesy, sweetness from the crab. The sauce is really great.
They're awesome because they're super easy. They're great for little holiday parties, Christmas parties, any parties really at all. It's just a great little hand food, finger food. Get my bowl from down here. And my cream cheese. Just gonna open this little bad boy up and toss them in. And an important thing about this is to make sure you've got your cream cheese softened. Because if you don't, you're gonna run into an issue where it's not gonna mix very well. Probably helps when you start where it says open.
Yes, it does help.
And this is 8 ounces of cream cheese.
Just one full block.
One full block of cream cheese. Okay. And I just want to make sure that this is nice and softened. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a little spatula from over here and just make sure that it is, and it is. It's nice and softened for sure.
How long did you leave it out?
Well, of course that's going to depend on what the temperature is, but we left it out for about an hour or 2 hours just to make sure it's nice and softened. So our next ingredient, we're going to go ahead and do some mayonnaise.
Ooh.
And we really like Sir Kingston's, so super good. I'm going to open that bad boy up. We're going to be doing about a half a cup. Our mayo, that's right about half. And then we're going to also be doing a half of a cup of sour cream, which we found this really cool sour cream. It's organic as well. It tastes really good. So we're just going to take that, and I've already got a half a cup inside of here, so we're just going to pour this right inside. Just like that. And then we're going to make sure this is nice and combined. That way when we get to our next ingredients, we're just kind of mixing them together. We don't have to really make sure, because this cream cheese, we want to make sure it's nice and, you know, squished. And
well combined with the mayo and the sour cream. And
exactly, because you don't want like one mushroom to be super cheesy and one to be like super mayonnaise-y. We're going to set this aside while we get our other ingredients ready, and we're just going to toss them on top of this and do the final mix-up of the spices and stuff. So next is some thyme, which
got plenty of time.
We've got plenty of time, and we're going to be doing about a half a teaspoon of thyme. Now on the recipe, we do have written to chop it, but I kind of like the look of the little thyme leaves, so I'm not gonna chop it this time. So I'm just gonna pull it like this and just toss it on top. It's about half a teaspoon, just a couple sprigs.
Nice.
We're also gonna do about a half a teaspoon of fresh dill, but I really like dill, so I might put a little extra. Then we've also got some green onion. We've got about a tablespoon, but we may end up doing just a little bit extra than that. So let's go ahead and get that chopped up. Yeah, that's about maybe 2 tablespoons, but I think that little extra onion is gonna be pretty good. If you don't like onions, obviously you don't have to put that much in there, but we do, and it's gonna add that nice little color to it too.
And if you don't like onions, green onions are a good.
Exactly.
They're not as pungent as, like, you know, your white, yellow, or purple onion.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like a spring. They just give a nice little fresh taste to whatever you're adding into it.
It really does. And then I'm just gonna eyeball about 2 teaspoons of garlic in there. There we go, that's about 2 teaspoons. And so now we're on to our mozzarella cheese. We're gonna do 1 whole cup of mozzarella. So we're just gonna start shredding and try our best not to get our hands.
Now you're using a harder mozzarella compared to a fresh pulled mozzarella.
Yeah.
Is there a reason, or is it just because that's easier to grate than fresh pulled?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot easier to grate. If you prefer like a fresh pulled, you could just dice it up with a knife, but pretty much it's because it's a lot easier to shred.
Yeah, and we like to shred our cheese because if you buy shredded, a lot of times they add a starch onto it, so it really doesn't melt as nice, and it can be a little grainy once it does melt. So we like to just shred our own. Plus, the cheese blocks do last longer than a bag of shredded cheese.
And then, like we said, it's the best part about using a little parchment paper. And just pick it up and toss it in, just like that. And there's no reason to throw this away. All we did is put cheese on it. So, I'm sure we can find something else to use it in a couple days.
We'll bake something.
Yeah, exactly. When you're using delicate ingredients like crab, you want to be as delicate as you possibly can. So we don't want to, after we add this crab in here, to just completely destroy our lump crab that we're going to use, because why the heck are you buying lump crab if you're going to destroy the lumps? So I'm also going to just crack a little bit of black pepper on top, some fresh black pepper, and this is really just to taste. So I'm just going to put a little bit in here to start off with. I'm not going to add any salt yet though. We do have salt to taste, but I want to taste it before I put any salt. So let's go ahead and grab our crab. We got this in the fridge too, because you know, you just want to keep your crab cold. There's nothing wrong with using this. Nothing wrong at all.
It's just that tends to be a little sweeter.
Yeah.
But it's good. I have a guilty pleasure of imitation crab, not gonna lie. I can just snack on that.
Me too. Let it fall apart.
Gently breaking it up.
Yes, exactly. You just want to let it kind of fall out and break apart. You don't want to, like this piece right there, you don't want to destroy that. You want to let that show. We're gonna dump that in there. And then for this step, rather than using this spatula and mixing it together, so I got my gloves on, I'm just going to mix it by hand so that I can just fold it together rather than squish.
I mean, you can use a spatula, but I find your hands, you can really feel the crab, and you can know that you're not breaking it up too bad when you're mixing it in, so it is a nice, more gentle way of doing it. But if you don't have gloves, you can use a spatula. Just be very gentle, almost like you're folding in egg whites to a souffle or something. You don't want to be rough.
Yeah, and you see that I'm just kind of letting it fall through my fingers. I'm spinning it, getting my hands under, not squishing the crab, and just dropping it on top.
And that's also why you want your cream cheese to be at a room temperature. Because if it was right out of the fridge, it would almost be impossible.
Yeah, it pretty much would be impossible. You wouldn't be able to do this.
The only way that you could is if you were in a pinch and you need to hurry, just buy the 8 ounces of whipped cream cheese that comes in a little container, because it already has so much air in it and it's soft, you can use it cold. So that's an option.
Exactly. And look at that. We've already got it mixed together. I'm just kind of cleaning these goodies off of my gloves.
And that's a good option if you're winter camping or out somewhere. Just use the actual whipped cream cheese because it's soft cold or at room temperature.
And now the next step is to prep our mushrooms, which you could do this before like we did to some of them, but the technique is super easy, especially on these baby bellas. You just take your mushroom, you got your little stem right there, and you can just push it to the side and it'll just kind of crack right off. Just like that. Okay, there we go. All right, and so now I'm gonna go ahead and grab my tray, and before I put anything on there, I wanna go ahead and spray just a little bit of butter, or in this case, Pam, on our pan. That way I don't have to worry about our mushrooms sticking. They probably wouldn't stick anyways, but just in case. And you could use butter if you want to use butter. I just wanted to grab some Pam real quick, get that done. So a super easy technique for this is you just take your mushroom and your spoon, get a little spoonful of your crab mixture, and just kind of use your spoon to your advantage. Just kind of get the crab to sit right on top, just like that. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Awesome. And then you just set it on your tray, and you want to make sure that your mushrooms aren't like on top of each other. You want a little bit of space, but you don't need a whole ton of space in between them. So we're just gonna kind of keep filling these bad boys up.
And since you're going to be working on these mushrooms, I'm going to go ahead and pre-make the sauce because we can hold it and just warm it at the last minute. I'm done, skis.
Well, I appreciate the help.
I'll let you clean the kitchen.
Hey, right before a party, put these in the oven, forget about them for 20, 30 minutes, come back, and half of them are cooked correctly, half of them aren't. I was just restating that you want to double check halfway through, so we're going to be putting these bad boys in the oven. All right, we pulled these bad boys out of the oven, and we decided to do the 2 different kind of platings that we told you about. So with this, we've got our little hors d'oeuvres with the picks and the sauce. And then over here, we've just got the finger food. You just come by, grab them, and go. But I am ready to taste these. So why don't you get your butt over here and let's eat them.
Oh, yes, I'm ready too.
All right, come on. I'm ready. These look super good.
Look, they're so perfect.
Yes, you just got your little toothpick.
They're a great party.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's so convenient too.
I know, it's perfect, dude. So those are yours, and these are mine.
Deal. I get the sauce.
I got more sauce over there.
Oh.
I know the person that made the sauce. He'd probably make me some.
Wow.
These are good. I'll tell you what. You can't beat a little stuffed mushroom. Cheesy, sweetness from the crab. The sauce is really great. But even without sauce, they are still just juicy because that cream cheese and everything. This is a great recipe. Good job. I like it.
Yeah. Honestly, good job on the sauce. But I'm just about to tell you something. That's how you know it's fresh crab or real crab. Just had a little piece of crab shell.
Oh, of course you did.
It's always me. I don't know what it is, but every single time, it's me. I get the junk.
That's good. I like the freshness of the little dill. You garnish with a little fresh dill and some of the green onions to bring up the freshness. But yeah, but these would still be great with the imitation crab as well, I think.
Oh yeah, they'd just be a little sweeter, but that's the only thing.
That's perfect. I like that. That was a good one. It's a great recipe to try. I'll tell you what, if you're having a little party or having family over and you want some little hors d'oeuvres or starters, man,
Christmas,
go with this.
Thanksgiving, whatever it is, it doesn't matter.
Make it a whole meal. Take this topping in a big portobello, put it in a portobello mushroom, and then with the sauce, maybe some grilled asparagus, and you got a whole meal right there.
Yeah, that. You make some steaks, you make some burgers, you do little pork chops, you do a little grilled chicken. It doesn't matter. That's
and that
a great side.
stuffing would be good on top of, like, do your steak or a chop.
Yeah.
Put the stuffing on top of it.
Yep.
And then finish it off underneath the broiler.
Or even a chop. Cut the inside in between the bones and stuff it with that.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad. We're going to be using this. See, it's not just for stuffed mushrooms. You can say, hey, I hate mushrooms. Boom. Get rid of them.
Yeah.
It's still a great stuffing and topping, whatever you want. Oh.
It is.
All right, we got a lot of things to play with this now.
We do. We do.
Oh.
And we were going to bake that other little pot, but we didn't have any crackers or anything.
But now I'm thinking, it's in the pot, has been baked. I'm going to go get some steaks.
Yeah, we may
broil it on top.
We may do that. That would be good. But don't forget, you can always find these recipes on our website, outdoortestkitchen.org, and we have the recipe that we're doing in the description. So don't forget to check out there too.
That's right, and like, subscribe, all that fun stuff.
Like, subscribe, comment. We did already tell them that, but you know, gotta tell you again. You know,
I gotta tell you things like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, you know, we're all that way. We're human. So.
All right. Well, until next time, remember, keep camping and keep cooking.
Yeah. Ooh, you psyched me out. I thought you were going for some sauce.
Well, I started to feel it fall. I was like, nope.
It's not worth the loss.
Nope. It's pretty good.